What's going on, everybody? This is my 1986 Yamaha BW200 ES. Has the electric start, which is an option back then for this bike. As you can see, it's in pretty rough shape. Bought it about 3 years ago. Paid too much for it. You know how those things go. Just caught my eye, wanted to have it, but now I got a whole bunch of other projects I'm trying to get going. So I'm going to be getting this going, running, driving, and then sell it. Get some more money for my other stuff that I want going a little bit more than this. So in this video, it doesn't currently run. It kind of ran when I bought it. I was able to kick it over a few times, got it to pop and sputter, but that was about it. I'm going to tear apart the car, go through that, change the oil, put a new air filter in, adjust the clutch, brake, just kind of, get it to the point where it's running and driving and sellable, so someone can, buy it from me and restore it if they want, or just kind of putz around on it. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty, step one, just remove the seat. Quick and easy. Bolt holes are broken off. I'm gonna have to tap into this plastic, maybe sink some new nuts in there from JB Weld, something like that. You can also see the electrical, it's just a mess. But yeah, I'll be fixing that up too, putting a battery in later on. I'm going to start by cleaning out the carb. Just got to remove the tank. It's very likely the first time this has came off since '86. You can see the original paint right there. Next up, got to remove these clamps holding the carb. Just careful, a lot of times these seize up and the screws will strip out, and then it's just kind of a mess. Alright, next up, I'm going to twist the carb, break it free out of these boots. Get this slide out. There we go. Put that off to the side for now. I got to get the carb freed up. So for getting carbs out of these stuck, like the boots are a bit hard sometimes when the bikes are this old. Just get a little pry bar, find like a hard casting mark right here on this carb. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth. See it's starting to go there. Push on it from the back. There it goes. Just kind of peel it out. There it goes. Oh, that gas is nasty. Check out that gas. Looks like watered down mustard. Alrighty, I'm gonna get this carb nice and clean by the time I'm done with it. I'm gonna start off by getting rid of this choke so I don't snap off that little knob there. Plunger's kind of stuck. Alright, got the choke plunger out. I'll just be sure to clean out that bore once I'm done. Just put this off to the side. Got a little pan with a rag. Take out the idle screw. Mixture screws right in there. I always count the turns in from the current location before taking it out. So there's half, one, let's see, 1.5. Oh, it's 1.5 turns out. So then I just renumber it or write it down. 1.5 the mixture screw. Then I set it to that when I rebuild it, just to kind of get a baseline from where to tune it from. That's going to have a spring, washer, and an O-ring. Got to make sure I get all three. Alright, that mixture screw's kind of fighting me right now. I'm just going to let it soak in some WD. Just going to get these hoses off. Okay, now I'll move on to taking the float bowl off. I know these are JIS screws, but I don't have a JIS screwdriver, so this will work for now. Alrighty, let's see what's inside. Maybe. There we go. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it'd be. Luckily there was some gas in there, so it didn't dry out and start corroding, but certainly needs to be cleaned. Alright, from here, I'm going to go ahead and get this drain screw out. Then I want to get the main jet out. Oh yeah, this wouldn't have ran. Check that out. Whole bunch of gritty, crusty junk. See light through it though, but yeah, it certainly wouldn't have ran. Let's go ahead and get the pilot jet out. Still pretty dirty, but not as bad as the main jet. Go ahead and get the float out. Needle and seat are pretty clean. This is the first carb I've ever worked on that has a removable seat, so that's pretty cool. Just shows you how things were made to be rebuilt back then. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out for cleaning. Set that aside. Get this guy off. Well, I tried for a bit more to get that screw out. The mixture screw, tried working it back and forth. I mean, it releases from the threads all the way, but it's getting caught right there in the end. I'm going to put it in my ultrasonic cleaner. I was going to do that anyway, but hopefully that'll work some junk loose and see if it'll come out. Okay, so this is after 15 minutes, and my ultrasonic cleaner is pretty good. And I also got the air screw out, or the mixture screw. It was still stuck, so I just got a little piece of copper wire here, and then threaded it down through the top of this into the little hole where the needle sticks up. Then I just had some pliers and just worked it down until it pushed out. So there's a spring. So yeah, it's I mean, you probably won't be able to see it, but pretty nasty down there. I'm gonna throw it back in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 15 minutes and should make it a lot cleaner, but choke's pretty clean now. Threw that in there too. Gonna clean that up. Name of the game is just get it as clean as possible. It'll run better. Okay, I jumped ahead a little bit, got it all cleaned up. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I'm trying to do with this thing. Got it all put back together, same way I took it apart. 1.5 turns out on the mixture screw. Got some new hoses cut, get those on, and get the carb back in the bike. Alright, got the carb back in the bike, got all the hoses routed. Choke works real good. Just gonna finish up and put the tank on. Get these clamps tight first, then I'll move on to the air filter. Alright, tank's on. I flushed it out with some gas and brake clean, and a bunch of nasty stuff came out of there, so I'm glad I did that. But I was going to change the air filter. I was going to open this panel, then it says open the right cover and not the left. And you go over here, and it says open the right cover and not the left. So it's like, what's behind here they don't want us knowing about, you know what I'm saying? Alright, got the cover off. It's nasty. Got sand in there. Something that's molding. maybe like mouse poop or something. This filter you just pull right apart. Yeah, glad I got a new filter. This is nasty. Oh yeah. Look at that. What is that? Yeah, I think it's mouse poop. Must have been a little nest in there at one point. Alright, got that nasty mess cleaned out, and then I ended up opening the other side just because I could see through that the first chamber, and there was some dirt in here, so got that all cleaned out. I don't know why they put the warning on there, maybe just so you don't think the air filter's in this one. You take that out, because one of these screws, that one right there, is pretty hard to get out. Had to use pliers, and because you can't get through that frame. So yeah, he's gonna put it back together, put the new filter in, and put gas in it, do an oil change, and try to get her going. All right, I got a nice new OEM pre-oiled oil filter in there, or just air filter. Also gonna replace these shocks. These things are crusty, they're pogo sticks by now. So I got some used ones off eBay, see if they're any better. All right, got the new shocks in. They kind of work a little bit better, but still pretty bouncy. But I think there's a little bit of gas in them. You can kind of still hear it, but it is what it is. But when I was changing the oil, check this out. There's sand just coating inside of this filter. And it's not metal, it's like sand. There's a little rock right there. So that's kind of worrying. I mean, that was floating around this engine for who knows how long. Got oil in it, new shocks, clean the carb, flush the tank, put new gas in. I bought a new spark plug, but I don't know where it's at. Can't find it, so I'm just gonna run with the old spark plug. Hopefully it works. Got the seat just kind of loosely screwed on right now. There's no key, just a little switch that, I don't know if that's on, or that's on. So I'm just gonna start on that, see if it'll fire up. The throttle spring doesn't work, so gotta make sure that you roll it forward after you're done. Yeah, let's see if it'll fire up. I'm saying 4 kicks after I prime it a few times. Forgot to mention earlier that it has good compression. There's top dead center. Full choke. That's on. This might be on. I think it might have tried right there. Here's number 4. Oh man, try that position. Ah, it's gonna go. That's how you do it. Well, that smells, you know, like it hasn't ran in longer than I've been alive, so I'm gonna open this door, take it outside, and I'm gonna see if it'll idle, you know, get it tuned up, and go from there. She's a runner. Well, you guys saw, I drove in here, took it down the road, just a little headlight, and I mean, it's running great. Carb feels like it's dialed. It's weirdly fast. You know, these giant tires, I mean, like when I try to turn, it's like the front just kind of digs in, so you got to turn in little increments, but I'll figure it out later, so when it's light out. Didn't want to crash either. Yeah, the throttle was kind of sketchy how it just sticks. One time I just like kind of let it go and just drove. It's kind of weird, but yeah, gonna buy a new throttle cable, get a battery so I can use electric start. Get a little chain guard right here, because I mean that's dangerous right there. I was kind of eating my boot a little bit on the chain there. And gonna find my spark plug and a little hole in the exhaust I'm gonna patch up and do a couple more little things. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope maybe learned something or something was helpful. And yeah, any questions, ask in the comments below, send me an email. I'm really happy to respond to those. And yeah, just have a good one, and you gotta keep these things alive, you know. Thank you, and have a good day.